So today I'm here to say the opposite of what I've said in most of the other videos I have recorded, and that is it's okay to take a day off practice. And so it's okay also to take a month off practice if that's what you need. Maybe you need to take a year off practice if that's what you need. And so I don't want to give you permission to just be lazy, and if you wake up saying, oh, should I practice today? I don't really feel like it. That's definitely a reason that you should practice. But sometimes there are reasons that we decide that the best practice for us on a day is to not practice. So perhaps we are sick, perhaps we have an injury that we need to work on before we can get back into our full practice routine. Maybe we have some kind of crisis in our family or personal life that just means everything is in chaos and practice is not going to happen on that day. Or maybe we're working on music, but we're working on another side of music, such as writing a proposal for an arts grant or putting together material for a performance, something like that. So some sort of admin role related to music that is taking the time that we would normally spend with our instrument in the practice room. So you are allowed to look at your life and to look at your day and to make the decision that the best practice for you on this day today or on this week or on this month is to not practice. And you're not allowed to feel guilty for not practicing, because you have decided that the best practice for you is to not practice. So you will, of course, have to come back to the practice at some point, and it's going to feel a bit rough, the same way that if you take a break from the gym because you've had the flu, when you come back to the gym, it feels rough, but then after the first couple of days back of practice, same first couple of days back at the gym, everything feels like it's working again. And so, of course, it takes a little bit of time to get back into the swing of practice, but don't feel guilty for the time you took off. You decided, you made the active decision that that is what you needed. But if you're here today and you're feeling that indecision of, should I practice today? I don't really feel like practicing. Then this is a reason to practice. Because if you allow yourself to answer no to that question of that really undecided question of, oh, should I practice that? Should I practice today? I don't feel like it. Then you probably will feel guilty about, and maybe I might make you feel a little bit guilty as well, because I think the answer to that question should be yes. It should be yes, I will practice. And maybe you set a timer for 10 minutes and you say, I'm just going to do 10 minutes, that's enough, and then I will stop. Or if I feel like doing more, I can continue, but 10 minutes is my goal. And so on these days, these kind of like undecided days, these are the days where we should practice. I think we know when we wake up whether it's a day that would really benefit from us not being with our instruments. And time off our instruments is scary for some people. And maybe what we need also is to force ourselves to take a break from our instruments, especially if we have some kind of injury or if we're unwell. Then sometimes it is better to have a day off practice. And so your practice for that day is to take a day off practice. So I know that in most of these videos, I'm just trying to give you the motivation to show up for practice today. And most days, that's what we all need. But some days, we also need the permission to take a day off practice and not let it be the thing that makes us feel so guilty that we don't then want to return to practice once whatever it is in our life that is legitimately stopping us from practicing has resolved itself. Hi, I'm Erica. I am a musician and music teacher, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more practice tips, motivation, and inspiration. And also share this video with any friends who are also practicing music. And finally, if you like, you can stick around for a short meditation at the end of this video to prepare you for a great day's practice. So happy practicing, and I'll see you next time. Bye. So let's just take some time to prepare the body and the mind for practice. Take out your instrument, books, music, whatever you need for your practice today, and then spend a few moments making the space comfortable. And when you're ready, coming to a place of stillness, you can stand or sit with your instrument, and then with the next exhale, gently closing the eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. Notice where in the body you feel that breath moving, the nose, the throat, chest, diaphragm, where you feel the rise of each inhale and the fall of each exhale. And now you can begin to count each breath. 1 with the inhale, 2 with the exhale, 3 inhale, 4 exhale. Just up to a count of 10, then returning back to 1 again. And if any thoughts appear in the mind, simply noting, thinking, or any feelings, noting, feeling, and bringing the attention back to the breath. If you find you're distracted, simply returning to the count of 1, back to 10, and then repeat back at 1. So now slowly bringing your awareness back to the body, feeling the weight of your body in the chair, or the feeling of the feet connected to the floor. Maybe the feeling of your instrument under your fingers, its texture. And then, when you're ready, you can blink the eyes open, and I wish you a wonderful day's practice.